few spots around the outlying areas and farms that could wake up to the upper 30s on Wednesday, with high temperatures only in the low 60s for Hump Day. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville is known for the prices and selection, but I tell you what, you may not have known the distinction that this store received with Ford and Lincoln this year. We received the President's Award for 2023 for Ford for the 5th year in a row. We also received it for Lincoln for the first year, and I tell you, those awards don't come easily. It all boils down to taking care of the customers and having the vehicles you want in stock for you to buy.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Welcome to Community Centered, a show that features people in the community doing good things. Now, here are your hosts, Debbie O'Handley and Margi Kyle.
Welcome, welcome. Hey, Margi, how are you?
I'm terrific.
Welcome to
See what a good liar I am?
Why are you not terrific?
I had a great day yesterday, which I'll tell you about in a minute.
Okay, well, I had kind of an early start to my day with the Lake Norman Chamber breakfast that they had supporting fundraiser supporting early scholars, which we've had as a guest before, and then the YMCA after school and before school program. So they were raising money for our community. It was called a Friendsgiving, and who's who in the zoo was there, except for my friend Margi. So I think next year we need a seat at the head table.
Okay.
I'm going to make that happen for sure. But it is already that time of year where you've got Christmas carols on the radio, and we're talking about Thanksgiving and moving along quickly.
I went to my first Christmas party.
Oh, come on
Saturday.
Really?
At White House Gardens.
Oh, I bet it was beautiful.
Well, they had to move from Catawba, and now they should be Red House Gardens, but they are in Denver, North Carolina, 1612 NC 16.
Okay.
And they're there with the Red Barn Market, where they have a clothing store. They've got everything there.
Cool.
And they've got furniture, jewelry, fashion. And
none of which interests you.
No, I'm just very boring.
You are.
But Chris Smiley, the owner of White House, has such an array of outdoor furniture and decorated pots and wonderful stuff. And it was just a fun party. So he's going to be a guest, too.
I know Jen Grenier, who works with me, her son, this past summer worked for him, and he had the dubious honor of carrying those concrete statues and things everywhere. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now, Chris was one of the first people that I met when we moved here.
Okay.
And I said, you have a funny accent. Where are you from? And he said, Canada. So I bought a tree and a couple pots, and I said, I will only buy these if you deliver them. I want you to talk to my husband, who is Canadian. I said, but plan on staying for a long time, because he's a talker, and I think you are too.
And I think
about 5 hours later he left.
And I think Canadians are traditionally very hospitable, aren't they?
Oh, very much so.
So I could see that being a match made
So
in
now
heaven.
Chris and Lee played hockey together for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I'm going to their hockey party December 7th.
You are something else. All over town. Well, I want to just mention a couple of things. On Friday, we had a beautiful man and his business called Metrolina Woodworks come out to our new builds, and they installed 2 kitchens and 4 bathrooms, all as a donation to the work that we're doing at Hope House. His name is Zach Gaddy, excuse me, and he's with Metrolina Woodworking, and it really was a beautiful day. He made it sort of into a really fun kind of competition between the 2 houses, who could get installed first. He grilled hot dogs and hamburgers for his staff, and it really was a lovely day. And I think, we've talked about this before, how loud things are in the news right now with everything that's happening. So it just felt like a really good, hope-filled day of watching a business give back to his community and support the work that the Hope House Foundation is doing. So super proud of that and really just grateful, and want to make sure that everybody knows Metrolina Woodworking with Zach Gaddy and his crew that installed 2 entire new kitchens and 4 bathrooms.
And I called Patrick Reynolds this morning because
Mhm.
he gave me the name of Handyman LKN.
Okay.
And they screened in my porch, which I've had wanted to do for a year and a half. And they got it done within the day at a price that was so competitive.
Everybody needs a handyman.
Oh, those little, not a big job, but it was a big job.
That's awesome.
So I was very impressed with them.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get that done because you've been talking about
know.
having that done for a while. So now you can sit out there bug free.
Yeah, well, I'm tired of the birds and the bees.
Well, there you go. So now you've got your own little screened in paradise.
I do. I just have a little lizard in there. I got to figure out how to get him out.
Scoop them up and chuck them out the door. Sorry. Don't come after me, lizard loving people. Not my favorite thing.
That's right. Yeah, I had a frog yesterday that I kind of bagged and
Got rid of him.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I am very excited about our guest today. I don't know how many people are watching us live streaming, but this studio is filled with such radiance and beauty today. I can't wait for our community to meet them and see they haven't even opened their mouths, and I already know they all have a beautiful spirit and a beautiful character.
And our past guest, Dr. Lexi Lane,
oh, okay.
was giving me a massage a month ago, and I said, I haven't had a facial in 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Where do I go? So she's the one that recommended them to
Well,
me.
how fabulous is
Yeah.
that? There's synergy around all of this, right? It
I
all comes
know,
around
it
full
does,
circle.
It does.
So I'm going to be excited for them to talk to us and how we can get beautiful for the upcoming holidays with our skin. But they look like they're already radiant and beautiful ladies. So I'm excited to talk
Well,
to
they've
them.
taken care of their skin.
Yeah, making me feel a little self-conscious here. So I'm feeling like, don't judge for sure. But I'm excited
And
to.
then we are going to another wonderful party Saturday night.
Yes, we are. The Peninsula Community
Yeah.
Foundation is doing their gala. It is a Havana night theme. So I'm not sure what I'm wearing, but I see you already have a cigar. So you
Somehow,
are
this is going to be,
bejeweled? Are you bejeweling it?
I am. It's going to be covered in diamonds.
Of course you are. Margie, you are something else.
And my son's going to say, why did you kill a good cigar?
He probably won't be the only one to say that to you, but they do their annual fundraiser at the Peninsula. They are the Peninsula Community Foundation. They are very philanthropic and very generous.
Very generous.
I know they donate to the Hope House. I know they donate
Yeah.
to Little Smiles.
Yes.
And a lot of other people doing good work in our community. So we are excited to be a part of that. The guest speaker is a woman from the Hope House.
Would that be you again?
No, not me. No, one of our residents who no longer is with us.
Wonderful.
She's in her own home with her 4-year-old son, and she has
Oh,
a
that
story
is
to tell.
Beautiful.
So she gets a brief 3 minutes to tell a lot about her story, but it is a Cinderella story for sure.
Oh,
A turnaround
that
story.
just makes the night.
It
really
does. It really does. But of course, now we're all stressing over what are we going to wear to a Havana night themed party.
Well, if I've got a diamond-studded cigar, I don't care.
I don't think you can just wear that. But I think,
No.
try and make it hard for us. Nobody will notice if you've got a
Right.
diamond-studded cigar, for sure. But excited to be a part of that evening
I
as
am
well.
too.
And they always do some really fun stuff there.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
they
looking
raise a
forward to
lot of
that.
money.
They do. I know they've actually been very active here recently, raising money to bring up to the mountains to do some
Yes.
fundraising for some outreach there. So that's been a wonderful thing, and I'm sure we'll hear more about that on Saturday. But they donate to Hope House, and they give us money for transportation so that we can help women out who don't have cars and who have cars and need them repaired because they've probably been living in their car for a very long time.
Yeah.
So we were able to fix those up and get them back on the road.
Well, and we
get them to work.
They give us money for technology to keep kids connected.
Awesome.
Yeah, because it's amazing how many kids come to the hospital that don't have even a cell phone
Wow.
or a laptop.
Wow.
And so, those are two things they really need right off the
What,
bat.
what would you say is the number one thing that kids request?
Probably technology.
Technology?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've just started doing room makeovers. My son spent a year in the hospital, and I did too when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that room is pretty boring. So we're going in and trying to decorate the room.
I think we're on commercial break. We'll see you when we come back. Thank you.
Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like iCats Public Transit.
Cakes, cookies, toys, and gifts. The Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Save on tickets at southernChristmasShow.com, courtesy of Kraft Body Scan. The Southern Christmas Show.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Hot Rods and Hops is back on Friday night at Rev Fast in Mooresville. The cruise-in featuring souped-up cars, trucks, and motorcycles kicks off at 6 p.m. Your weekend begins at Apex Storage Condos in Mooresville Friday night with Hot Rods and Hops. Langtree Lake Norman lights their Christmas tree on Saturday. The annual event begins at 5 p.m. Festivities include visits with Santa, bounce houses, vendors, the Langtree Charter Academy Band, and more. Come out Saturday to Langtree Lake Norman off exit 31 from I-77 for their annual tree lighting. The WSIC squad is back for trivia at Micaiah's. Come join us on Tuesday, November 19th at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Big Bang Theory trivia. Meet WSIC show hosts, play trivia based on the popular long-running sitcom, and win some prizes. Knock, knock, knock. Penny? We'll see you at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Tuesday, November 19th. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway begins Friday, November 22nd. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. The show also has drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
The Renaissance Festival is back, Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. While supplies last, don't miss the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah!
Community Centered, proudly presented by Macintosh Law, continues now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back. We would love to hear from you. If you have something that you're doing in the community that's very helpful to a lot of people, please feel free to call 844-STUDIO-4. That's 844-STUDIO-4. Or if you have a question for our guests, and I know you're thinking, how can I have a question? You haven't even told me who's going to be here. As I said in the beginning, was getting a massage from Dr. Lexi Lane, and I said, I need a facial. So they said, well, there's only one place I recommend, and that is Skyn Elegance Aesthetics. And Dr. Cassidy, you are the founder and CMO. What made you get into this? And then Amanda will introduce you in a minute.
So I have always been passionate about aesthetics. I had cousins growing up that were plastic surgeons, and I think I got my little taste from them.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, you can always make yourself a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to make you, shine on the outside as much as the inside.
Yes. Yeah. And so how long did you have to go to school for this?
So 11 years for the doctor.
Oh, my gosh.
And then afterwards, I've been in the industry for about 4 years now. So time flies when you're having fun and making people feel beautiful. So yeah, it's a long time, but it was well worth it. Well worth it.
Well, what makes you different?
So I think a thing that makes Skyn different is that, one, we are female physician-led and driven. If you look at the industry, there's a lot of people that are medical directors that are not in the actual building. I'm there every day. I'm the one that, if you come, I'm the one that's treating you. And there's not that many female-led physician practices in the area. There are a few, but I think that makes us special because we are, very poised to hear your concerns and we can relate to your concerns. We have different people in our offices all going through different stages of life. And if, we haven't gone through it yet, we will be. And we like to speak to everything that we do in the office. So one of us has at least tried something in there.
Yeah.
If not everything.
Exactly.
And Amanda, I had you.
Yes.
and I was very excited to have you work on me. And I said I wanted the lymphatic drainage as well.
Yes.
That was so different from what I've ever had before.
That is like one of my favorite things for, draining obviously the lymph nodes, but contouring the face, and it's always so comfortable and relaxing. It's like my favorite thing to
Well,
add
they
on.
used to just massage my body to do that.
Yep.
And when at the end, I thought, she's forgotten to do it. And then you said, no, it's been done. And I wasn't even aware of it. It just felt so good.
Yes, very relaxing.
Yeah.
That's what I also love about, Skyn and everything that we offer is that we are, results driven and obviously a med spa, but we also try to keep it relaxing. And when you're enjoying a facial with us, it's so relaxing, but you're still getting medical grade results.
And advice.
Yes.
And that's, towards the end when I was done, you came out and said, this is what I recommend for a face cream.
Yes.
And even if you do it once a day, this is where you need to start, which I was
Absolutely.
grateful for because, again, with all the different products that are out there, you don't know what to do.
There's so many products like Ulta, Sephora, everybody. I feel like I even go in there and get overwhelmed.
I know.
And so that's why I love my job. And I've been in this profession for about 10 years. It's like, one, it's the best place to age. And just really thankful
I
to
never
get
thought
Skyn.
about it that way.
Yeah.
But Amanda, have you been influenced? Tell the truth.
Maybe a couple times.
Yeah, I think we all are. We all go in there, at least I do, and I'm like, I was watching this, and this is the product I have to have, and I've been duped. So not fun.
That can definitely happen. I've seen a lot of TikTok trends lately, and a lot with like the preteen girls coming in wanting these extensive skincare lines. I'm like, guys, your skin is perfect.
Right?
Maybe like a cleanser,
Yeah.
you know, good SPF, moisturizer.
Like,
Keep it
that's it.
simple. They're
Yeah.
wearing their moms out, spending these money, and I'm like, don't do that. You don't need it.
Drunk
Don't be
elephant
influenced,
retinol.
right?
Thank you.
Don't need it.
Preach it.
But that marketing is really something
Yeah.
special. What are some of the services you provide?
So we are a full service med spa. We do a little bit of everything. So we do all of your neurotoxins like your Botox. We do your dermal fillers. We do skin tightening, body contouring, medical weight loss. We do the weight loss injections.
Whoa.
And then Amanda's side.
Yeah, so I do microneedling, an array of facials. So from, relaxing to more medical grade. We have Diamond Glow, which is one of my favorite services to perform because, it gets all your dead skin off. We take all the blackheads, all the whiteheads. And then at the end of the service, we get to show you everything that came out of your skin. So that's
Yay.
always so fun.
You didn't share that with me.
Yes.
Good
so
thing.
That's one of my favorites.
So say I'm just a random person and I come in and I say I'm interested, but I don't know where to start. What would you recommend or do? Is it by preference? Is it by personality? How do you figure that out?
So we bring everybody in. We'll do an initial consultation. And it'll
Okay.
either be with me or Amanda or a lot of times both. And then we'll hear what your specific concerns are, where you at on your skincare journey. And then we kind of go from there. It's really individual to every single patient that comes in. There's no cookie cutter approach to this. Different things work better for different people. There's some general rules that you can always follow, like good skincare is always important.
Sure.
But otherwise, it's very tailored to what your problems are and what you want to target.
And what does medical spa mean as opposed to just a regular
Yeah.
spa?
So everything we do there is medical grade. So all of our products are backed by studies and science. And then the procedures that we do are, more of aggressive as far as results driven. Okay, so you could go to a spa and just get a massage, but Amanda's doing a lymphatic massage
I
because
know.
she's
Yeah.
wanting to get the fluid down to
That's right.
decrease the inflammation and
Yes.
Cleanse your body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you should see their faces. They're just beautiful. As
Thank
I'm
you
sitting
so
with
much.
my
Oh my
mouth
goodness.
open going, you're
Now,
walking
for the men
advertisements.
sitting out there that think, I need to have a facial, they didn't grow a beard maybe during COVID. Will you take men?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Guys deserve love too, okay?
That's right. Yeah.
They need to take care of their skin just like anybody else. And I do feel like that's becoming more up and coming.
Yeah.
We call it bro talks if you come
I'm
and
like,
get
get the
talks.
bro talk.
Yes.
Just do it. Don't be scared.
She has some of the, you come in and get your facials, the
Oh, yeah.
guys.
I like to call them like gentlemen's hot towel facials.
Mhm.
Guys need, a really good cleanse too. Diamond Glow is perfect for men, blackheads on the nose. But usually when they're worried about, those number 11s in the middle of the forehead, That's Dr. Cassidy all the way. Just do the Botox.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
okay.
speaking of which, are you looking at mine and saying you need to come see me, or is that something where we say it's a judgment-free zone?
It's a judgment-free zone.
Completely.
Yes. Like you don't close the door after someone's been there going, girl, you should have seen her face.
No, because we've
right?
all been there. Like
Yes.
literally, we all have our issues. And I think that's one thing that we like to really focus on is creating an environment where people feel safe to come and talk to us, because it can be very intimidating
Yes.
and overwhelming for
I
people
think
and
especially
ladies.
when you age.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we really want to create that environment. You can come and you can say, even if we don't do it or we can't help you, we'll send you in the right direction. And you just feel comfortable talking to us, because it really is no judgment zone. And that's one of our major tenets.
Yes. That's awesome.
Well, where are you located?
So we are located right near the North Mecklenburg Public Library, right off
Okay.
exit 25
You
off,
take that Holly Point Road.
or you would take Sanford. I
Yes.
think, yeah,
Sanford
Right
to
across from
Holly
Target.
Point.
Yes,
Yeah.
right across from Target.
Yeah.
Everybody
Okay.
knows where Target is.
Okay. And how long have you been there?
We've been there not even a year yet, so we're still very new.
Very new.
Yes.
And I have all the questions. So,
Yeah.
and that medical weight loss, are you on all of the semaglutides and trizepatides and all of that?
So we offer the semaglutide.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the once weekly shot. It's the active ingredient, no Ozempic. So it's a very hot topic, I would say, in aesthetics. I mean, other than injectables, you have people coming in.
I'm actually currently on it right now, and Dr. Cassidy, she got me started on it about 2 months ago, and it's really just to lose like 8 to 10 pounds, and I did, and it's great. And now I'm like, okay, well, I think I need to get back on it again. So, because holidays are coming up.
Yes, they are.
That's awesome.
Does insurance cover any of that?
We don't take insurance there. So a lot of our patients are people that their insurance won't cover it. And we
Yeah.
try to make it at a good price so that they can afford it. Because it is a monthly fee. And some people have to be on it for several months so they get to their goal weight.
Okay.
And how often would you recommend someone have a facial? So Margie had one, a month ago or
And
whatever?
I'm booked again for December.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is it
Get
a
your
once a
holiday
month thing? Is
Yeah.
it?
So we recommend every 4 to 6 weeks, and
Okay.
it really depends on skin concerns, what you're trying to achieve. But just a regular facial, I like to call it like the workout for your skin. Every 30 days is usually standard, and
Okay.
so that helps just dead skin cell turnover. Because as we age, every 10 years, our dead skin cells, they don't turn over as often. So everybody wants
No, they
like
die.
amen. But yeah, so we like to recommend every 30 days.
Every 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Margie, lucky you.
I know.
You know what? Everyone's always saying, "What do you do to take care of yourself?" And I'm like, I don't have time, but I need to take time
You
and
do.
do that.
You
so
do. I
I'm
mean,
gonna have you hold me to that.
age has taught me well. If you don't,
Yeah.
nobody else will.
Exactly.
I'm booking you one before we leave.
I'm gonna get my calendar out. We're doing this thing. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is, I think that what you're doing is really a great credit and a great service to our community, because everybody's tired, right? And we're so overworked and stressed out, and the narrative and everything else that comes barreling at us. And, COVID, obviously, all of that stuff. Probably a lot of people during that time just weren't taking care of themselves. And I think that, all the services you provide that we can talk about when we come back from break is really a tremendous service to our
It is.
community.
It is.
And I think that everybody should have a facial, and everybody should come and see you.
That's right.
Thank you.
We
I
would love
think-
that.
I think that's how we're going to roll with this, Margie.
I mean,
Facials for all.
at a price.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Sometimes you got to work that into your budget.
And your first visit, they do give you a nice discount.
Okay.
So
We can talk about that too.
yeah,
Yeah, when we come back from break, we're gonna get all the down and dirty on down and clean on all the good stuff that you guys have to offer. You're listening to Community Centered. I'm your host, Debbie O'Hanley, with my friend Margi Kyle. We'll be right back.
Call 844-STUDIO-4 now to join the Community Center discussion on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Presented by Macintosh Law.
What do you say we turn up the fall meter just a little bit? Cooler over the next couple of days around Lake Norman. Plenty of sunshine today as high temperatures climb into the upper 60s for the afternoon. We go back down in the low 40s under a clear sky tonight. Even a few spots around the outlying areas and farms that could wake up to the upper 30s on Wednesday, with high temperatures only in the low 60s for hump day. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Welcome home to the feeling of Horn Heating and Air Conditioning is family owned and operated and understands the meaning of community. We treat you like family because you are family. Visit hornhvac.com.
The Statesville Family YMCA reminds you that older adults and those with chronic health conditions don't need to feel they must accept impaired balance and limited mobility. Build strength, improve balance, and gain confidence in your mobility through the Moving for Better Balance program. For questions and additional information, email C. Mullins at ymcanwnc.org.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageandWellness.com. With locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. A top Netflix executive says 70 million of us have opted for the company's ad-supported plan. That's more than 50% of its new subscribers and nearly double what it was back in May. The company's president of advertising says in a blog post, there's been steady progress in signups in all 12 countries where the ad plan is available. Netflix only added commercials when it lost customers back in 2022. Amazon's cloud computing unit is taking another step to challenge NVIDIA's AI chip popularity. Reuters is reporting Amazon will offer free computing power to researchers who want to use its custom artificial intelligence chip, Trainium, that competes with other chips from NVIDIA and AMD. Stocks have turned mixed, with the Dow down 0.5%, the S&P down a fraction, while the Nasdaq is wavering. It's either up or down a fraction. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
McIntosh Law is a proud sponsor of Community Centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back to Community Centered. I'm your host, Debbie O'Hanley, and I want to remind you, if you want to call the studio, 844-STUDIO-4. We are sitting here with bated breath waiting for your phone call. In the meantime, we are in the presence of Dr. Cassidy Smith and Amanda, and they've also brought with them Sarah, who they've nicknamed Sunny, who's lighting up the corner back here of you can tell who's really running the show over there. But ladies, I'm just so impressed by what you're doing and again the services that you're offering to our community. But let's talk a little bit more about those weight loss drugs because that is a hot topic, very controversial. People have I know, I have many friends who are doing it. Some have been extremely successful, some have not. Some I've seen their hair fall out, some I've seen some muscle stuff, and others I've seen just fly through it, and it was just a walk in the park, and they look fantastic.
Yeah.
And I personally haven't seen them change their eating habits, but they look really good. So give us the down and dirty on it. What should people know about it?
The semaglutide is the active ingredient in Ozempic, and its whole point is to slow your digestive system down so you feel full longer, and it cuts down that food noise. You know how sometimes, like, I am always thinking about the next meal or the next snack? It kind of cuts that down. So people have had a lot of success because they just eat less. The American portion size is out of control, and it helps people eat the correct amounts of food. Now, with slowing down your digestive system, there's going to be certain side effects that some people do experience. A lot of times it could be constipation or nausea. I would say those are my two most common. And, there's things we can do to help with that. But, the media has done an amazing job of getting the name of these medications out there, but there's no medicine or drug that's the perfect drug. Everything has the potential for side effects, and that's why when you come in, we would talk about all of that during our consultation to make sure that it truly is the right fit for you and that you're aware of that. I don't want, everybody just going on it just because. It really does need to be the right fit.
Absolutely.
Well, and I've always said some people live to eat and other people eat to live.
Correct.
And I think there's just such pressure on us in our society for body image, and especially as women. I know for me as a leader in the community, and you as well, people are always like, there's a certain expectation that, we're going to be performing and looking a certain way. I mean, I run a homeless shelter. Do you want me to look like I am homeless? Would that make it easier for you? Does it look like you should come from a hospital? I mean, people's expectations of the roles that we play is really sometimes our own worst enemy.
That's
so,
right. Yeah, it is.
and I think that, that body image that we have, I mean, as older women who are aging gracefully, I might add, there's a lot of pressure to look young, right? And to be young and to be thin and all of those things. So I think image is a really important thing to keep in mind when you take this journey of aesthetics. And I know we talked a little bit at the break about a judgment-free zone, right? I think women are probably more critical of each other and themselves than anything else. And we come to this judgment place so quickly of, well, you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or you don't look the part, or whatever. So can you speak to that? What about that? Do people come in? Do you do like a little mini assessment and say, you really don't need this service here? Like I think of the Catwoman, right? That's got all that surgical stuff. Is that part of it as well?
I mean, absolutely. With that consultation, if your wants and needs don't match with mine, like our expectations, I should say, if our expectations don't match, then it's probably not the right fit because, we have to be realistic. And at Skyn, we try to be very respectful of people's natural anatomy and try to keep it well within the normal norms, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Try to keep them looking like their best self. Beauty is very unique. I'm not trying to make you look like Margie or anything else. I want you to look like the best version of you.
Sure.
And we can never stop aging, but we can definitely age gracefully.
Yeah.
That's awesome. One thing that we talk about at Hope House all the time is self-esteem, right? And our worth and our value, and what does that look like? So I applaud that you guys are doing that. Skyn, S-K-Y-N, Skyn, Y-S-K-Y-N.
Just wanted to change it up a little bit, make
Be
it a little
different.
fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is.
I wish I had a good story for that, but I don't.
Well,
I just liked
You'll
it.
remember it. Because I
Exactly.
will. I've already got it in my head that's a different way to spell skin.
Yeah.
So you remember those kind of things. What else you want to talk about?
I'd like to know how to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
What's your phone number?
Yes, our phone number is 980-306-7596. So that is 980-306, and then it spells Skyn, S-K-Y-N.
Of course.
So I always have to look at the phone to see what it is.
What's the number?
Yes, what is that again? So you can always call us. Our website is skyneleganaesthetics.com.
Yeah.
And then we have an Instagram, which by the same name, Skyn Elegant Aesthetics, or mine at Dr. Cassidy Smith, and then Amanda's.
Mine is esthetician Amanda _NC.
So we have a lot of ways to reach us.
And
We're
we
very
post some
social.
Pretty fun reels.
Yeah,
so
we do.
Definitely go give us a
So
follow.
how did you two meet?
A great story. So I've been in the industry for about 9 years, and I met Dr. Cassidy and I are both from West Virginia. So I met her about 9 years ago now.
Yeah, that's forever. I can't believe that. And I saw how talented and great Amanda was. And when I was opening this, I was trying to build it with people that were of like mind and I knew that would fit the vision. And I was like, hey, you want to come give this a shot with me? And the rest is history.
Listed my house for rent and moved on down.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're kind of new to the Lake Norman area.
yeah.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. How did you get Sunny?
So Sunny and I used to work together at a previous place, and we just kept up. You know, with social media, you keep up with everybody these days.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of anybody if you wanted to. Not that I would ever want to get rid of Sunny, but just keeping up through that. And then, you know, she was going through her education. She has a master's degree, and she was getting ready to be done with that and looking for opportunities in the aesthetic space. And actually, she slid into the DMs. And and it just worked out perfectly.
Everybody needs a little Sunny in their life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So Amanda, if you're not doing a facial, you're walking your dog.
I am.
Or you're in an airplane traveling somewhere.
As much as I can. Yeah.
Or you're watching Netflix.
Yes. Of course.
So this
I love
is
to binge
this is
watch
a big
Netflix.
change from West Virginia.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I actually really love it, but I walk out of my house and spend $300 like every day because we have a Target. I can walk to Ulta, you know, from my house. So, but it's great. I love it.
Good.
Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah.
It's an active outdoor community, and it's a lifestyle change, right? When you
really
come into
is.
this
Yes,
area,
it
you
is.
really, you know, the lake is really it, right? It's centered around a lot of that.
We moved here 30 years ago from Toronto.
Okay.
And, you know, a big city.
Yeah.
I said to my husband, you got to be kidding me. Like there was nothing here. And
It's grown a lot in that amount of
it
time.
has, but my son came down to visit us. He said, you know, Mom, you're the smartest woman I've ever known. But this was the dumbest thing you've ever done.
Oh, no.
Well, he moved down 10 years ago. So, but there was nothing here 30 years ago.
Completely different.
Yeah.
A lot has changed and a lot continues to change.
does,
It
yeah.
really does. I know across the street from us at Hope House, we're getting a new neighborhood
Oh
of
my gosh, that's unreal.
of 38, I think 41 homes they're putting in. And one of the ladies leaves very early in the morning. She works at the airport, and she said there's herds of deer in her yard in the morning. I'm like, well, first off, I don't think it's called a herd, but okay, just something. You know, where are they going to go?
That's right.
They've torn down that whole area, and so
Yeah.
they've come across the road there. So for those of you whipping around North Cross,
Oh,
slow down. Because you might meet one of those herds whenever on your way. But yeah, there is a lot of change going on. And I think even probably in your field, there's a lot of change. There's stuff
there
that's
is,
probably
yeah.
changing every day. Back in the day when you got a facial, you never heard the word lymphatic drain before, right? You
Drainage,
never
yeah.
knew about Botox or any of these things that are fillers. You never had any of those things. You just went and had your face really cleaned.
Well, they didn't have machines to suction, you know, in
Yeah.
this area. And
It was microderm.
yeah.
That was the big thing back then.
I think keeping up with technology must be really interesting for you because it must change often.
Technology, techniques change every month. So continuing education is very important for us. We're trying to
Yeah.
stay up with it and try
Yeah.
to relay that to our patients because it's overwhelming for them as well. So they can at least come to us and see what the new hip thing is.
I think educating people is so important too, especially
too.
about how to take care of themselves. And I think it's one thing to receive the service, it's another to continue and to understand the why you need to do this and the how. So again, applaud you ladies for the wonderful work that you're doing.
Yeah.
We're going to go on break. When we come back, it'll be our last segment. My goodness, it has flown as always.
Yep.
So again, if you want to call 844-STUDIO-4, give us a call and let these lovely ladies answer your inquiring minds about beauty. We'll be back shortly.
There's still good in our community. It's community centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC, presented by Macintosh Law.
What do you say we turn up the fall meter just a little bit? Cooler over the next couple of days around Lake Norman. Plenty of sunshine today as high temperatures climb into the upper 60s for the afternoon. We go back down in the low 40s under a clear sky tonight. Even a few spots around the outlying areas and farms that could wake up to the upper 30s on Wednesday, with high temperatures only in the low 60s for hump day. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Cakes, cookies, toys, and gifts.
The Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Save on tickets at southernChristmasShow.com, courtesy of Kraft Body Scan.
The Southern Christmas Show.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Hot Rods and Hops is back on Friday night at Rev Fast in Mooresville. The cruise-in featuring souped-up cars, trucks, and motorcycles kicks off at 6 p.m. Your weekend begins at Apex Storage Condos in Mooresville Friday night with Hot Rods and Hops. Langtree Lake Norman lights their Christmas tree on Saturday. The annual event begins at 5 p.m. Festivities include visits with Santa, bounce houses, vendors, the Langtree Charter Academy Band, and more. Come out Saturday to Langtree Lake Norman off exit 31 from I-77 for their annual tree lighting. The WSIC squad is back for trivia at Micaiah's. Come join us on Tuesday, November 19th at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Big Bang Theory trivia. Meet WSIC show hosts, play trivia based on the popular long-running sitcom, and win some prizes. Knock, knock, knock. Penny? We'll see you at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Tuesday, November 19th. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway begins Friday, November 22nd. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. The show also has drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. While supplies last, don't miss the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah!
Call now to speak with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle at 844-STUDIO-4. It's community centered on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, this hour is just flying by, as I know and knew it would. I cannot believe it. I think what we need to get into in the lasting time we have together are your specials, holiday specials. You know, what's the best way for somebody to start?
Absolutely. So we always have a new patient promo. So it's $10.99 for a unit of talk. So that's great. And then we have 20% off other packages or services for that new patient.
Okay.
So kind of get your feet wet, make you feel comfortable.
Well, you want to be able to go and relax, and you want to, that's a special time, that hour.
Absolutely. And then during that hour, we're working on a whole treatment plan for you. And like Amanda and I collaborate often on, because, take it from the skin and from the injector.
Like both sides.
Yeah, both sides.
Yeah.
And it's always great to start out by getting a facial. Your skin's already clean.
I think we have a caller.
Oh.
So let's pause for our caller.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi. Do you have a question?
I was curious. From a male's perspective, with fine lines, should I do Botox?
That's a great question.
Good question. Hello, sir. Thank you for calling in. Yes, I think Botox is a great option for you for fine lines, depending on where they are exactly. I think there's a few other things you could consider as well. Good skincare is important. Microneedling or even something like a Morpheus 8.
Morpheus 8 is always great for,
Yes.
I've heard about Morpheus 8. How long does a treatment take?
So you're numb for about an hour, and then the treatment itself, if you're doing a face and neck, I can probably do it, what do you say, about 30 minutes, Amanda?
Yeah.
We can knock it out.
An hour and a half, 2 hours.
About an hour, and schedule out 2 hours, and you'll probably be done a little bit before then. But it's a great option for anybody.
Yeah, we recommend those in a treatment of 3.
Yep. One a month apart.
Yeah.
And how much does that cost?
So our Morpheus is actually on special
right now.
for the next 2 months, and we have a package of 3 for $2,999.
Wow.
And what do you call it for a male?
Oh, Brotox.
A
like
Brotox.
Yeah.
I love it. You got to get some Brotox.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, and have
Come
a great
see
day.
us.
Thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Awesome. Wow. We had a male caller.
See,
That's very
they're out there.
cool.
I'm telling you.
And you know what? They're probably a lot more curious too, you know?
Oh, and then once they come in, it's like once they get in the ecosystem, they love it.
I
Like
bet.
they are like
They are more consistent
for
sometimes
sure.
than like our female patients.
I
So what
bet.
other specials do you have going on right now?
Yes. So we have our full face facial balancing. So that's with dermal filler for $2,500, and then we have full body unlimited hair removal for.
We have another call.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. We have another caller here at
Okay.
Community Center. Hello, caller.
Oh, they.
Oh,
Caller, are you there?
call us back.
Caller, are you there? Call us back. We can't hear you.
We do have the full body hair removal,
Yes.
Okay.
unlimited through all the way through June for $1,999. Unlimited areas.
So that's legs, underarms,
Bikini.
bikini area.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Whiskers.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Full
mustache,
face.
whiskers. We got it. Legs.
And that does include 6 treatments. And after that, each area for the touch up is $50. So it just depends on when you need to come back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I've had full body laser hair and it's awesome.
Okay. I think we've got our caller back here on Community Center. Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sorry I got disconnected.
That's okay. Do you have a question for our beauty team?
Yes, so I'm highly interested in everything that they've talked about. I'm kind of newer to all of this stuff, so I really just wanted to know, like, for someone like me, you know, how much does Botox cost? Like, I don't know if you have a new patient special or, you know, I know Botox is like per unit, but I don't really know what that means or, you know, what that would cost essentially, if you could, you know, touch on that.
Great question.
Absolutely. Great question. And so thank you for the question. So our new patient special is $10.99 a unit for toxin. Okay. And you do any kind of neurotoxin by units, and you do so many units per area. And that is super individual to everybody's face. So when you come in, you would have a consultation with me. We would discuss what I recommended. We could get you the price, and we can go from there. So it is individual, but anywhere I would say a full face.
Anywhere from like 30 to 40.
Yeah.
It really all just depends on the
It
person.
really does. It really does. So
And I vary too. I've been getting it for years, but sometimes I need 30 and sometimes I'm like 55. I'm like, well, okay.
yeah, you can go all, yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably fair. 30 to 60 is a good number of units you would need for your face.
And how much is it a unit?
$10.99 a unit for the new patient special. Yes.
Okay.
How often do you have to get Botox?
Our goal is every 3 months. I always say if like you're over 3 months, you're one of God's chosen people. So congratulations. We love that for you. And you're lucky but yeah, we try to get you to 3 months, and your dose does equal your duration. So you could get 5 units and it may last for a month, if that. So if you come back and you're like, oh, I loved it, but it didn't quite get the 3 months that I was hoping for,
Yeah.
I would say we might need to increase your dose a little bit.
Caller, are you still with us?
Yes, I am. And I have another question.
Sure.
I have been thinking about lip filler and I'm scared of it. I've never had anything and I just want to know more about filler. I know we've touched on other stuff, but
Great question.
Filler, I would say lip filler is probably the entryway to a lot of people getting filler, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Definitely.
I love Dr. Cassidy's approach to just doing lips in general. So I had lip filler a lot, probably about 3 syringes in my past for over the last course of 6 years. And she recently dissolved my lips and started over. So she did a phenomenal job, and I just feel like they look more natural and yeah.
And the way we would start that for somebody new, for our caller, is you would again come in for the consult. Then you would numb. So we do a topical numbing for 10 to 15 minutes. And then the filler has lidocaine in it as well. So you might feel a little bit of the poke. But then once you go in that area with the filler, that should help with the numbness. If you're somebody that needs even extra pain control, we can also do a nerve block, kind of like you do at the dentist. And that gives a little bit more of pain control. But truly, it shouldn't be agonizing by any means. And, you know, it might be a little spicy here and there, especially at the Cupid's bow. That's a common area for it to be a little bit more spicy, but it's very tolerable and the results are beautiful and they can look completely natural. I don't want you to think just because you're getting lip filler, you're going to go out looking like a duck. That is not the case. We try to avoid that at all costs. So yeah, lip filler's great.
That's amazing.
Perfect. And what does that usually run? How much does it cost?
So our lip filler for a new patient would be about $720. And that will give you anywhere from a year to more of duration. So it lasts a long time. And depending on how quick your body metabolizes it, you might not need it for over a year.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, caller.
I'll probably be booking a consult.
Come see us. I would love that.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for calling in. So, what kind of products do you use? Is there a certain brand that you use for skincare?
Yes, we have. Right now, the number one selling skincare brand in America is Skyn Better. And we do offer that as well as Skyn Medica. Dr. Cassidy loves TNS.
I do.
So that is a growth factor hormone.
Oh my goodness, we are getting
Let's
the callers
go.
here. Hello, caller. You're live on Community Centered. How can we help you?
I have a question.
Sure.
My question is, in the last year or so, I have noticed sunspots on my chest, my back, and I was wondering if there was anything they could do to correct that.
Absolutely.
Yes, great question.
Me and Amanda can both. I'll do the Lumecca. And then, so we have something called a Lumecca, which is an IPL treatment, and that is specifically targeted for reds and browns in your skin. So it's really good for any discoloration you may want to get rid of. It's one treatment a month apart, and you do that 3 times, and it can work really well. Now, you do need to be out of the sun, so this is kind of the season for that. It's not really as easy to do in the summer, especially around the lake because we're all on the boat. But now is the time for something like a Lumecca, and it can really help. It's a really beautiful result.
That's definitely my favorite treatment for, browns and reds. But you can also use lightening creams like hydroquinones, and chemical peeling is also an option. And again, like as Dr. Cassidy said, this is the perfect time to do it because you are out of the sun.
Can you do that like on your chest and other places? Okay, great.
We have people do it on their chest.
Tops of their hands.
Yes, back.
Driving,
Wow. Any more questions,
That
caller?
sounds great. No, I think that's all. Is there any downtime with Lumecca?
You don't have any social downtime. Basically, what happens with the skin is, once we laser that area, you're red for the first day. And then day 3 through day 7, that pigment starts to lift and it may turn just a little bit dark. And basically, it kind of just sloughs off and falls off. So you don't have any social downtime. It's basically just a little bit kind of dry.
You might feel like you have a sunburn when you leave the office. It's not really a painful treatment at all. You don't even have to numb or anything. You just throw some gel on there and then you leave a little warm. But
Wow.
Awesome.
One-stop
Well,
shop.
thank you.
Thank you,
ma'am.
caller.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
calling Community Centered.
come see us.
Oh my goodness. Well, one more time for our listeners, contact information. I'm so excited by all these callers,
know.
right? So how do they get in touch with you?
Yes, you can call the office by 980-306-7596. And we can do our website.
And you can book on there.
Yes, which is SkynElegantAesthetics.com.
Okay.
And follow us on social media. So Skyn Elegant Aesthetics on Instagram.
And Skyn is spelled S-K-Y-N.
Yes, SKYN.
To be unique.
And then we have our Instagram. So I'm again at Dr. Cassidy Smith.
And I'm at esthetician Amanda_NC.
Very good. This has
You
been
have
a
been
delightful
unreal. Yeah.
show. Thank you so much for putting hope back in the headline for those that are struggling with any skin issues. I hope that a lot of people come to see you. I, for one, will be taking advantage of some of your specials and making sure that I'm taking care of myself as well. Thank you, Margie, for putting that out there.
Oh,
We
my
appreciate
That
gosh.
is
you guys.
important to do that. We definitely appreciate what you're doing, and thank you for being a guest on Community Centered.
Thank you,
We
girls,
hope
for
we see
having
you
us.
soon.
I would love to be back anytime.
There's always something we can talk
There's
about. when
always
it
more
comes
stuff
to
coming out,
beautiful
girls.
things,
We've got all
right?
kinds of
I'll
beauty.
see you soon.
Yes,
Oh.
absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a great week. We'll be back next week.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU.